Alright, so we're going to demonstrate perineal care for you. This is not perianal care or perineal care, it's perineal care. So these are my supplies that I've gathered from my linen cart. I have 4 washcloths. I have 3 towels, 2 for drying, 1 for my barrier. I have a wool pad, a bath blanket, and of course I need a basin and soap, no lotion for this. Okay, so I've washed my hands, I've gathered my linens, and I'm going to enter my residence room. So I'm going to knock. Hi, Miss Jones, is it okay if I come in? Put my supplies down on this clean surface. My name's Jenny. I'm going to be your student nursing assistant today, and I'm going to do some perineal care. Sometimes residents don't know what that means, so you can say I'm going to clean your private area, whatever helps them understand. Is that okay with you? Sure. Alright, so I'm pull my privacy curtain, make sure my bed is locked, and I'm going to put my barrier down here so that I can go and grab my basin. Okay. Make sure I give myself enough room to work with. Okay. I'm just going to step into your bathroom real quick and grab your basin. Alright, so I've got my basin about 2/3 full. I got my soap. Put this on the barrier. Okay. Miss Jones, I'm just going to raise the bed from my back. Okay. Come around to this side. Raise this to a good working height. To about waist level. Okay, I'm going to grab some gloves. I'm going to bring my table close to me. Make it a lot easier to work with. So Ms. Jones, before we get started, I'm just going to change that pull pad that you're laying on. Okay, help you turn to do that. So if you could just turn on your side for me. I'll roll this from underneath of you. And I'm going to grab my clean one and roll it out just like we did for occupied bed. Start on a fresh pad. Okay, now come back towards me. I'm going to come to the other side and pull that dirty pad out. Okay, just turn towards your other side, making sure I keep a safe distance from the edge of the bed. There you go. Put this in my dirty linen hamper. Alright, now I'm going to give you a bath blanket to keep you warm and to give you some privacy, but also to keep the linens from getting wet. Okay, so I'm going to shake this out. If there is a tag that I can see, I want to make sure it's towards the foot of the bed. I don't see one right now. There is another way to do this where you turn this into a triangle and wrap it around the resident's legs. My resident doesn't have any legs, so I'm going to do it this way. And then I'm going to pull this out from underneath. Just hang on to this. I'm going to pull this down. Okay, so I'm going to keep these down here. So I'm going to keep her covered as much as possible. Okay, before we get started, Miss Jones, I want you to test this water temperature and let me know if this is too hot or too cold. Feels good? Great. So now I'm going to make my mitt. Okay. Make sure this isn't dripping wet. I'm just going to take my soap and put a tiny dab of soap on the washcloth, never in the water. Get myself a nice little lather. I find this is much easier to do if you use the mitt. Of course, you can use the cloverleaf method if that works for you, as long as you're getting the job done. So I'm going to pull back the bath blanket. I'm going to use this hand to open her labia a little bit, and I'm going to do 3 strokes from the front to the back. So the front is up here, and this is the back. So that would be clean to dirty. So spreading open, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Okay. Make sure you exaggerate that you're using different areas of the washcloth so that we know that you can't wipe, that you know you're not wiping over the same spot. Again, now I'm going to use a rinse cloth. And I'm going to rinse that soap off. Again, 1, 2, 3. You can even turn this inside out if you need to, because in reality you're probably going to need more than 1 stroke. So make sure you use different parts of the washcloth every time. Okay. And now I'm just going to dry that area. Okay. Even when you're drying, you want to use a different part to dry with. I don't want to recontaminate what I just cleaned. Okay, does that feel all right? Is that water still warm enough for you? Sure, it feels great. Wonderful. Okay. So now I'm going to clean your backside. So what I need you to do is turn on your side for me. Make sure you keep a safe distance from the edge of the bed at all times. I'm just going to lean her over. Hopefully she'll stay. Alright, so I'm using different washcloth now. This water gets soapy or cold. I'm going to stop, go switch the water out. A little bit of soap here. Make myself a little lather. Now we're still going from clean to dirty and front to back. That means we're starting up here now and working our way this towards her actual back. Okay, sometimes students want to go from, they think this is front to back, but we're starting in the front of the body, working our way towards the back of the body. So again, 3 different strokes. 2, 3. Make sure you exaggerate that you're using different parts of the washcloth for that. Cover your back up. I'm going to grab my rinse cloth. Again, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to use my drying towel to pat dry different parts of the towel each time. Feeling okay? Just making sure I get all that water off. Okay. I want to make sure that my pad is still clean and dry, and it is. So I'm just going to have you turn on your back here. You're not laying on any wrinkles. Okay. I'm going to give you your blankets back. Then I'm going to take this bath blanket out. Is there anything else I can do for you? No? Okay. Make sure I put this bed rail back up, and I'm going to put your bed down the way that it was when I came in, which was all the way down. Give you your fall bell back. Obviously, if your hands get contaminated at any time, make sure you change your gloves and sanitize your hands. Okay, I'm going to come around to the other side. I'm just going to clean up all your supplies here. I'm going to take my dirty linens and put them in the hamper. Most places you guys go to, there won't be a hamper right in the room, so you can use a pillowcase if you want to put your dirty linens in, and then take that pillowcase out with you when you're done. That seems to work really well. And I'm just going to take your basin and wash it out in your bathroom. Okay? So this you would wash, rinse, put the supplies back the way that you found them. And of course I'm going to take my gloves off and wash my hands. And that is the end of this skill.